Real Madrid beat Monaco yesterday 6-1, and honestly, I think the whole team performance was just really great. And it's been a while since I thought that Real Madrid dominated the game from start to finish because usually we start the first half good, we go into the second half, we just drop our whole momentum. But yesterday, from the moment the game started to the moment the game ended, we just didn't drop one time. Even when we conceded the goal, we just kept our heads down and we kept pushing. And this is the type of attitude I want to see from my team, bro, because it's been a while since you could see a player not get defeated even when something is not going our way. But obviously we gotta like push it low a little bit because it's Monaco. Monaco is a team that's not so really good. You know, they're ninth in the French league. But at the same time, you really gotta like appreciate because it's been a while since we seen stuff like this on a regular basis. The last time I seen something like this was in the game against Real Betis when we won 5-0 at the Bernabeu. But it wasn't like this. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think it was like this. I think yesterday's performance was way better than that. And even though I feel like this could be some improvements, something that we can pick up on, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, what we could improve was really great that I like to see, and yeah, we're gonna talk about those. Number one, Valverde is our best player. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, we have pairs like Mbappe, Vini, Jude, Courtois. Like, how is Valverde our best player in the entire squad? Just trust me. Valverde is the best player we have in our squad because this guy can do every single thing. Like, he literally played as a right back today, but you seen what he did for Mbappe's goal. How he like went all the way high. That's a box to box midfielder run right there. That's not a right back run. He's not even supposed to be there. He had no like reason to be there at all. But somehow he always finds a way to make those runs and pick up grounds and go push our team all the way up. But at the same time, he has great recovery. I don't know how many times Valverde like saved us with his recoveries and tackles. Like this guy can do everything, bro. And I love to see players like Valverde in our squad because we don't appreciate them enough. Like Valverde has been doing this thing for us for the past like 6 years. Like ever since he joined us, he's like the most hard worker player I've seen so far. When you're talking about Mbappe, Vini, yes, they are amazing. Don't get me wrong. The qualities they have is amazing, but they don't work as hard as Valverde. The only player that I think works as hard as Valverde is Jude Bellingham. But at the same time, Valverde is still up top. Like, bro, he makes up ground so well, and he made 2 assists as a right back today. The only thing that I would like ask for Valverde is probably just get some rest, bro. Ask the coach for some rest. Honestly, that's the only thing I could like say for Valverde. Like, ask the coach to get some rest because this guy played 90 minutes games every single time. Yesterday, he didn't play full 90 minutes, but at the same time, it's nice to see like Valverde to get some rest. It would be very nice to see that because I don't want Valverde to get injured because he's literally the last resort that we have. He's the only one that has been so healthy for so long and the only one that can produce qualities for us. I think we should appreciate what he does for us because it's not every single time that we get players like Valverde in our squad, especially when we have a lot of divas in this game right now. Everybody wanna do the small work. Nobody wants to do the dirty work. Everybody want to do the small work and get pictures on Instagram and edits on TikToks, all that kind of stuff. But we have players like Valverde still in this football world right now. And it's really nice to see him getting some appreciation from Real Madrid fans, even though it's not a lot as you like expect him to get. But at the same time, I love Valverde, bro. He's one of our best players, and I'm gonna continue saying that until he retires. Number two, this aggressive press from Arbeloa works. I like it. At first, I was a little bit, skeptical about him because what he did against Albacete. Honestly, that was a horrible game that I just want to forget about it. But yesterday's game was really good. I like that aggressive press that he was talking about in his first interview because, bro, I haven't seen us pick up, recover balls so quick. Like I haven't seen this in a long time. This is something that you've seen from Liverpool back in the club era. Like, bro, we lost the ball. 10 seconds later, we recovered. We're on a transition. We are counter attacking. We're scoring goals. It's beautiful. Bro, Real Madrid, like, a whole philosophy is based on fast transition pace. Once you make that counter attack, you know we're going to score. Like back then in the Mourinho eras and the Zidane eras, like you just know whenever Madrid was on a counter attack, especially when players like Ronaldo, Bale, Benzema, Cruz, Modric was on the ball or they was making runs, you just know they was gonna score, and that's exactly what we seen yesterday, bro. The moment Vini or Mbappe or Jude or Arda or Camavinga picked up the ball or Mastantuono picked up the ball, you just felt like a goal was gonna come. Like that's literally after we scored the first goal, that's literally how I felt. Every time I seen Arda get on the ball, Camavinga get on the ball, Jude get on the ball, Mastantuono get on the ball, I was like, yeah, we're gonna score. And honestly, the midfield presence today was really great. I don't know how Arda found Vini with that one touch pass. How Camavinga even set Arda up with that pass. Bro, everything was amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I love what Arbeloa did to our players. I don't know what changed, but whatever he's doing, he needs to keep doing it. Even Mbappe was pressing, guys. Mbappe was coming from the front line to the defensive line to press. That's not something you see every day. Vini was constantly pressing all the time. That's not something that Xabi Alonso was able to do. Not even Ancelotti was able to do this. But somehow Arbeloa got the players to do this. I don't know what changed, but I need him to do the same thing over and over and over and over again until the season ends. Because that's the only way we can get results. We're way past the back days where best players can like rest and like stay in the front line and the other players do the dirty work. Nobody's doing that no more because football's changed. It's more physical. Players burn out quick. So you can't just like expect, for example, Jude Bellingham to do all the dirty work of Vinny and then expect him to be fit. He's not going to be able to do that because the footballs now is so fast. It's so fast paced. It's not back then like where you could just rest and a player will recover and he'll be fine. So like I really appreciate how all of our players was going constantly after the ball, how we was pressing, how we was like winning our ground duels, our aerial duels, everything. It was just so great to see. And honestly, I want to see this over and over again, every single game, not one drop. Obviously, there's going to be burnouts. I expect us to lose some games, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, I want just us to have this type of quality every game, even if we lose. I don't mind us losing. I just mind us losing in a horrible way. Like Alba said, nobody was trying. You know what I'm saying? That's not something I want to see from this team. Number 3, Mastantuono should be our priority. I know we have Rodrigo as our right winger. He's our main right winger right now. And granted, he's been so good, so I don't want to push him off. But at the same time, we need to prioritize Mastantuono. Did you see how an amazing playmaker he is? Did you see how he was just connecting passes yesterday? How he was running to press? Like, bro, that's something you need from a right winger. Wingers now don't press no more. Look at Vini. Look at Vinny in the past games. He didn't press. Now he does. But back then he didn't press at all. But Mastantuono from day one was pressing constantly. And when he's on the ball, he is very dangerous. As long as you give him time and trust, I know he's going to be able to produce something. And honestly, coming from a guy like me who has been like so critical of him sometimes, like I can see what he's doing. I can see his potential. So I know if we prioritize him and we give him the trust he needs, I think he's going to give us back what we want. And he did that yesterday. He came out with a beautiful goal. He almost had an assist for Jude Bellingham's header. And I couldn't ask him for any better like performance. Yesterday was top-notch performance. The only thing I ask for Mastantuono is consistency. I'm not expecting you to drop 10 out of 10 games every single game, but at least a 7 out of 10 is minimum. As a Madrid player, a 7 out of 10 should be bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying to drop a Lamine Yamal type of performance every single game when you're dribbling against all the players and then, you know, get a Travella assist. I'm not asking for that because that's not realistic. Not every player is able to do that. But just build some consistency. Do what you did today. Connect passes. I know you're not so fast, so you can connect passes. Make 1-2. Link up with the striker. Link up with the midfielder. You know, like try shots outside the box. Who knows? You know you have a nice left foot. So a player like Mastantuono should be our priority because he's the future. I don't know if Rodrigo or even Vini is going to stay here for long. If we give Mastantuono trust from the very beginning now, I think we will really benefit from the future because he's very talented. Number 3, Mbappe is most likely going to win the Ballon d'Or. I want to say most likely just because of other contenders like Haaland and Kane, especially in the World Cup year. Anything could happen and anything could damage Mbappe's potential Ballon d'Or win. But at the same time, this guy's putting numbers that you just can't really like ignore. 11 goals in 6 games in Champions League. 11 goals in 6 games in the Champions League, guys. He's coming for Ronaldo's record. He almost beat the record where most players scored most goals in 6 games, where Lewandowski and Ronaldo and Mbappe all both have 11 goals. But this guy really is gonna come for that Ronaldo's record. As long as we go further in the Champions League, say if we go to the semifinal or even the final, bro, he's gonna beat that record. I promise you. Rafinha last year almost beat it, and you think Mbappe is not gonna beat it. And Mbappe's putting crazy numbers. I think he has 37 GA this season, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, it's probably more. It's not less. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Mbappe is always gonna produce quality even when we're not playing well. And it's so crazy because this is something that Ronaldo and Messi used to do back in the days. I'm not saying Mbappe is as good as Ronaldo or Messi. Obviously, that's not, realistic. That's stupid to say. That's a stupid thing to even think about. But at the same time, Mbappe is definitely one of our best generation. The best player of our generation right now. And I think it's only going to get better from here. Imagine what Mbappe can do in the World Cup with this form. Mbappe could come out as the top 10 best generation players of this generation. I don't know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean. But like having a player like Mbappe in our squad is so good, and I don't want to hear people talking about Mbappe is the problem. Mbappe is never the problem. Obviously, there's gonna come with egos and stuff that the same issues that came at PSG, but that's not something you can't work with. Like you can definitely work with that ego. Players like Ronaldo had ego. Benzema had ego when he wasn't even that good. You know what I'm saying? All the players at Real Madrid had some ego because you're playing at the best team in the world. So it's obvious players are gonna have ego. It's just so like naive to say that players should not have ego. Every player is gonna have ego. Even the most mid players always have that type of ego. So you saying that Mbappe is the problem is just something that just doesn't stick with me because how can you say a player that has like 37 GA scored 61 goals, 63 actually goals last year in a calendar year? How are you gonna say he's the problem? How? Like that just doesn't make any sense. But I think Mbappe is gonna win the Ballon d'Or this year unless something really big happens in this Champions League or a big player wins the World Cup like Yamal. You know how many PR he has. If he wins the World Cup, I think they're gonna give him the Ballon d'Or just because of the fact that he's 18 and he won the Ballon d'Or. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I think Mbappe is gonna win the Ballon d'Or, and honestly, I hope he does because he is due. He's been long due to win that Ballon d'Or ever since he came in the scene. Even Dembele won before him, something that just doesn't stick with my mind, bro. I'm gonna be honest, but Mbappe deserves this Ballon d'Or 100%. Even if he doesn't win some titles, and I hope he does for his sake, for his cabinet. But he deserves this Ballon d'Or. That's a fact. Number 5, we need a center back signing ASAP. As soon as possible, bring us a center back. Florentino Perez, I know you're not going to watch this video, but please, for the love of God, bring us a center back. I think Asensio is injured. I think he's going to be out for a few days or probably a few weeks, but that's what the reports are saying, that he got subbed because he got an injury in the first half. But we absolutely need a center back signing ASAP. Even if it's like 50 million. Even if it's 50 million for that Dortmund center back, we need to buy him, bro. Because Rudiger is not gonna be fit no more. Rudiger is gonna be injury prone. He's only gonna get older. He has problems with his knees. Alaba is just not gonna he's not cut out for the job. Honestly, Alaba is way past his days, and Alaba should only play in cup games and like lower division teams. Like I don't think we as a team like Real Madrid should rely on Alaba anymore. This is not a situation where Liverpool has Van Dijk. Alaba is not Van Dijk. You can't rely on Alaba. And Dean sometimes has his like bad moments because he's young, he's unexperienced, so he needs that experience. So we need at least a good experienced mid center back to our squad. That's when we should assign Gehi. But Florentino Perez is never gonna let go of the free transfer gimmick. He's always gonna wait. That's why City stole from us. But we need to spend money this January and get a center back. That's a must because we are lacking on squad depth. We're gonna have to play Chouameni at the center back very soon. If not, we're gonna have to play Carreras. Carreras is a fullback. No fullback that's not honestly a center back should play a center back. Even if you want to like force the gimmick of changing positions, this is not FIFA. This is real life, guys. We need a proper center back that's experienced and is able to lead the line because that's exactly what we need. Dean is not going to be able to lead the line. Rudiger is going to be able to lead the line, but he's injury prone. It's not always he's going to be back. And Militao is only going to be back in April. We don't have to April to save our season. We need to save our season now. So we need a center back as soon as possible. And finally, coming up with number 6, the only problem I seen in the match today is the fact that we need to be more better on the ball, especially when it's pressure. Whenever you seen players come out of Gula, for example, he always makes sloppy passes. The same thing with Mbappe. The same thing with Kamavinga sometimes. So it's like something that's like not just one. It's not a one-player problem. It's a constant team problem, and I've seen it over the games. Whenever players pressure us in the midfield or in the at the back, we tend to do something stupid. Look what Ceballos did, and that led to Monaco goal. That's something not a top player should be doing. And I don't think Courtois should be making that pass to Ceballos in the first place. But even though he did, Ceballos, as an experienced midfielder, should be better at controlling that ball to not let Monaco have a chance to take a shot on target. So we need to get better on the ball. I feel like that's the only thing we need to fix, especially when we are pressing so hard as we are right now, because there's going to be gaps. As long as we're pressing this hard, we are going to leave gaps. So whenever we are recovering the ball and we get the ball and we're making those 1-2 passes on counterattacks, we need to get on the better on the ball fast, really, really, really fast, because one sloppy move and we're going to get punished for it, especially when we are out here leaving gaps. But yeah, guys, these are my thoughts for today's game. Comment down below if you think that Real Madrid is going to win the Champions League this year or win a La Liga. And I hope we keep this momentum going to the Villarreal game away from home. I think that's going to be a very, very tough game, even though they lost against Ajax to yesterday. But at the same time, it's La Liga. Players just like to play like at their best whenever they play us. It's a really frustrating thing, but comment down below what you guys think, and comment down below what videos ideas should I make. This is a very new channel, and I want to start making good content for you guys, quality content, not something that, just to watch. But comment down below what you guys think, and see you next time.